Hola, mi amigos, and my diggity dogs. And if you guessed by my terrible fucking Spanish, we have the Bear Alpha Rewritten Cinco de Mayo update, which is really surprising because this game was kind of supposed to be discontinued and scrapped after the Easter update, but thankfully it's been saved with the Cinco de Mayo update, and hopefully this game will live on for at least a few more months. But besides that, what we have in this update is quite a few new skins, only 8 though, and we have an entirely new area, which I'll get to that later. Also, along with a few extra things, like once you start a round, there's a new intro screen for the map and what character you are, same with the game mode, and a few other pretty little things. And of course, this sexy new lobby, but I want to hop straight into it and show all of the new skins that have been added in this update. Alright, so starting off with the main permanent skins that have been added in the Cinco de Mayo update, we finally somehow now have the Farmer Bear. Okay, now the next skin we have is pretty mysterious, since I actually don't really know what this thing is, because it's kind of a random ass skin. And now for the last permanent skin, because sadly we only have 3 for this update, but the last skin we have here is finally again also getting the Club Bear skin, because this skin has actually been on queue to getting added to this game, I'm pretty sure, for quite a while, but now it's finally been added, which is pretty nice. But now after that small couple, now we have all of these Cinco de Mayo skins, in which we now have the Jalapeno Bear in the game. And next up, we have the only Cinco de Mayo exclusive skin to this game, in which we have the Celebrator Bear. And then another returning skin from previous Cinco de Mayo updates is the Piñata Bear. And now starting off with the main Cinco trio, we have the C.I.N.C.O.B skin. And then of course the next skin we have is the main man himself, which is the Cinco de Mayo Bear. And then also not a surprise, the last skin we have of the Cinco bunch is of course Cinco de Sam. Alright, and after you skim through all of those skins, the next thing we have is finally some new badges, in which both of them are involved with the teleport down here, which of course leads down to Sam's bottom of the pit, in which the first one we're doing is the default badge, which is just the bottom of the pit badge. Alright, so once you load inside of Sam's resting place, all you have to do is run up to him and talk to him until he starts asking you if you want to continue. Like this button right here. Also, this snowball will be for later. So once you click continue, he will then ask to continue on. So the first answer here is actually the back rooms. And also, you need to make sure every single letter is in lowercase. The second one we have here is feline. The third one we have here is a frosty. Fourth one we have here is qualification. The fifth one we have here is answer. The sixth one we have here is memories. The seventh one we have here is acceptance. The eighth one we have is lab. And the final question we have here is lagoon. And once you answer all those questions, he will see all of the answers you've done, which then makes him impressed. And once you finish it, there you have it. That's how you get the bottom of the pit badge, or the blue Whitey token, which currently it doesn't actually give a reward, but in the future it actually will be more important if they actually do decide to add more of the Whitey tokens. Alright, so now we are back inside of his resting place, and of course if you recall from when I showed you the bottom of the pit badge, now instead of pressing continue, we have to use that snowball, in which you actually need to buy the snowball in the shop. You don't need to equip it, but you at least need to buy it in the shop before you can progress on with this badge. Alright, and once you hit the continue button, all you have to do is equip the snowball and then just simply throw it at Sam, which then he will transform entirely into Ice King Sam, in which then he'll start to get mad at you, but then afterwards we'll just continue on with a new set of questions. So now for this set of questions, the first one we have is red. The second one we have is bike. The third one we have is Kevin. The fourth one we have is hat. The fifth one we have is Jack Skellington. And the final answer we have is Cyborg Sam. And once again, once you finish the other set of questions, you of course get the King of the Ice badge, giving you the Ice King Sam skin. And here is what the final skin of this update looks like, of course, the Ice King Sam. And there you have it. That's pretty much all of the content in the Cinco de Mayo update, which I will admit it actually is fairly good for a Cinco de Mayo update, because one, it's actually fairly big, and two, it kind of reminds me of the Halloween 2024 update for this game when that came out, which these are both somewhat small updates, but they do have good quantity inside of them, so pretty impressed with this update. So just hope that we keep improving with the quality with future updates now that this game is pretty much getting resurrected. But yeah, besides that, this has been a pretty nice update so far, and I'll more than likely see you people in the next update, which may or may not be the weekly updates for this game. So yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo!